Welcome to the Daily ICPC. My name is Jared Altic, and I'm a chaplain with the police department. This is a limited podcast series from Hey Chaplain, which follows police chaplains Jared Altic and Jenkins to Little Rock, Arkansas to attend the annual training seminar of the ICPC, the International Conference of Police Chaplains. This series will provide a daily behind-the-scenes look at the convention, and this is our preview and introductory episode. Hello, Ward. How are you?
I'm well, Jared. How are you?
I'm doing great. You and I are taking a trip together to Little Rock, Arkansas to ICPC.
Yes.
Tell me, what is ICPC?
ICPC is the International Conference for Police Chaplains, and they are the agency that is recognized by the International Association of Chiefs of Police. Now, why is that important? Because every police agency in the nation belongs to IACP. And so if you're in an agency or you're trying to get a chaplaincy program started or you're looking for legitimacy, all you have to do is say, I am a member of the agency that IACP recognizes. And that opens doors.
It's not some fly-by-night place no one's ever heard of.
No.
These are the chaplains that the chiefs of police recognize.
Correct. So the annual training, each year, ICPC, International Conference for Police Chaplains, has an annual training that gives enrichment courses and kind of in-service training for chaplains. And it sort of establishes a baseline of how we operate and the type of information we have and that kind of thing.
So it's their week-long convention, but it's focused on training.
Correct. All teaching. Usually they'll have a great speaker. This conference, we have Lieutenant Colonel Grossman coming in to talk, and he's written some great books. So that's he'll be a great speaker. I'm looking forward to hearing him. It's a great time to network. It's a great time to sort of get refreshed and just be open to see who is doing what. Maybe there's some best practices somewhere that someone will share with, and you'll be able to bring back to your own chaplaincy program.
Yeah, it is international. This year's conference is in Little Rock, Arkansas, but I heard there's going to be people there from Israel and Belize and Jamaica and all like a dozen different countries that they are going to have people there representing.
Yes, that's correct. That's correct. And I don't have the numbers in front of me, but ICPC has just a tremendous presence around the world.
Yeah.
For law enforcement specific chaplains.
Yeah, that's what I think too. There are other first responder chaplain organizations that are national or maybe even international, but there's not very many that are specific to law enforcement chaplaincy.
To my knowledge, this is the only one. And I'm a believer that if you're a law enforcement chaplain, you should have a specific law enforcement chaplaincy agency that you're drawing from. And it's not a disrespect toward first responder chaplaincy whatsoever. It's more a recognition. I'm a retired police officer, and so I think cops are different than other first responders.
Yes.
I think in the realm of people, everybody, and I think I would say that about firefighters, about paramedics and EMTs, that we all have our different characters and personalities and our different needs. So I'm a big believer that a law enforcement specific chaplaincy training program is very valuable.
You were telling me earlier that there is a benefit to having your chaplains all be engaged in ICPC. Now, I am a huge advocate for my local and regional trainers,
right?
But why this national and international organization? Why is this national and international organization a good framework for your chaplains?
I think it gives us a standardized place to start with. I'm not saying any program out there is the end of all beings, but if we're all talking the same language to start from, and if we all embrace what chaplaincy is, there are horror stories out there of chaplains who have ruined chaplaincy in their agencies by doing something that a chaplain should not do.
Yeah, they violated a professional standard or some other major mistake and ruin the whole program.
Correct.
But if you start everybody off with the same standards and the same language and the same expectations,
correct,
that's a good place. It's a good framework.
It is
to begin with.
And in basic training, you will hear that kind of thing happen. So if you're a brand new chaplain getting training, you will hear a story of how chaplains have ruined their agencies, and it'll stick with you. Like, oh, that man. In fact, I can tell you locally, there was an agency here we had that had 2 chaplains. One of them was really proselytizing and just trying to get people into their church.
Right.
Way overboard. The other one went in chaplain uniform into a liquor store and bought liquor. And they both got DQ'd, and that agency is right now just trying to restart a chaplaincy program, and that was over 10 years ago.
There are stories from a generation ago of a chaplain that was like pulling people over and showing his chaplain badge with his finger over the word that said chaplain.
Yes.
And I don't know if those stories are true. I've heard it from multiple sources, but that kind of behavior is unethical. It's illegal. It's ill-advised. It's wrong-headed on so many levels.
Right. And even on a sort of a tenet that's tied to that, we just had all this horrible flooding in Texas. ICPC just put out a notice, hey, do not self-deploy.
Yes.
They've had issues, obviously, or they wouldn't be saying that. We can't self-deploy ourselves into events. We have to wait until we're invited.
Yeah.
But that type of thing, you don't get if you're not affiliated somewhere.
Yeah, having some connection, having some organization, having some networking that can steer you in right directions, because there's people with good intentions that get in the way.
Correct.
And you don't want your chaplains to be those people who are getting in the way.
Absolutely.
So I have never been to ICPC before. I've been a chaplain for 10 years, been a minister for 30 years, but I've never been to ICPC before. So when I'm going this year, I'm taking all the basic credentialing classes. What am I going to see? What am I going to run into?
First of all, you're going to be taught all the things you already know.
That's okay. I'll still learn stuff.
You will. Yeah. You will learn things, and you'll get little. I call them nuggets. My wife calls them nuggets when she hears something good come to her. But you're going to hear about suicide, alcoholism, death notifications, just the basics of chaplaincy. Someone will talk about what kind of things do you need in your go bag. A chaplain should have a go bag. And this is a basic entry level stuff. But if you've never thought about it, now you, in your experience, you know what you need. Yeah. But you might hear someone chip something in there that you hadn't thought about.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Go, oh, that's a great idea. So it's that kind of thing. The basic, and there should be a legal, there will be a sort of a legal overview of chaplaincy. It's very important to understand what kind of legal footing we exist on and are allowed to exist in.
And that's always changing.
Correct.
And so that's something that you can't look at it as remedial. There's updated information that you're always needing to tap back into. And I'm hoping to get some of that.
Correct.
But you've been to ICPC multiple times.
Yeah.
So what are you doing this year?
This year, I'm taking advanced courses that will satisfy the prerequisite to become an instructor. It doesn't mean I'm going to become an instructor. It just means this is the first step that I have to do in order to qualify for it.
It would open that door, though, if you wanted to pursue that.
Correct. And that's my hope. So I serve here with a local police department, and my hope is that I can bring back my knowledge and expertise and perhaps give in-service training to our officers for instance, maybe in death notifications. It's not something that a police academy is going to spend a lot of time in, but they should. But they should. Well, they have
if they had someone qualified to teach it.
Amen that. And B, there's so much that has to be covered in a police academy from a legal standpoint, and firearms and self-defense and yada, yada, yada. Yeah. So maybe I can be able to present to our officers on how better to do something as important as a death notification that makes a huge impact on an individual in a very critical point in their life.
Yeah. No, that's excellent. That's excellent. So so you've got training every day, and is all of it the trained to be the trainer kind of stuff, or is there a mix? What's your daily day-to-day going to be like?
I believe, and I've never done this before, but here's my impression of what I'm going to do. And then we can talk about how it turned out. I believe this whole week is going to be building on how to be a presenter. And to the point where at the end of the week, I'm going to have to make a presentation and get evaluated. A lot of people are very knowledgeable in what they do. This goes for cops, for firefighters, for paramedics, but you may not be a good teacher. So it's like if you want to be a training officer or a trainer, you have to have the ability to teach. Yeah. So part of this curriculum for me, I believe, is going to be to establish the foundations for instructing.
Okay. So my basic courses basically are the first three and a half days. And then I've got a day and a half of other enrichment courses. And I'm actually going to take up a liaison courses, which are for police officers who are going to be the liaison to the chaplains. But I want to know that side of it.
Yeah.
And so I can maybe bring that back to my agency and say, hey, here's what our wellness officer should be doing with our chaplains, or here's what our victim services unit should be doing with our chaplains, because they don't know. Right. I mean, they're good, hardworking people, but they've never had this training. I can take the training, bring that knowledge back to them. Exactly. And so I'm really excited about the variety of stuff, even though I'm going to be mostly doing the basic stuff.
Yeah.
That's okay. I'll also get to do some of the others.
Right. And Jared, what you're going to find in the basic classes, if the instructor, they always have opportunities for input. You're going to be able to share with your vast experience. You're going to be able to actually export your knowledge into the class and help someone else out who's there.
Well, I'm going to be pretty low key. I don't want to step on anybody's toes. Some instructors are very open to that,
yes,
and some aren't. And I'm going to wait and see who we have.
If you're asked, do provide.
Yeah,
because you have the experience. You have such a wealth of knowledge to pass on. So don't be shy about that.
I've been working several years in a high intensity department. Yeah. And so I've probably been to more homicides than the average chaplain.
I would agree with that.
Yeah. Ward, clarify for me the difference between the ICPC annual training seminar and your average law enforcement convention.
First of all, it's very focused on instruction. That's what these are. These are times of instruction. So where a convention might be, now other things will come out of this. You're there for the classes. You're there for the teachings. You're going to network. Yeah. You're going to make new connections. All that's going to happen organically in the midst of it. But the primary purpose is on instruction. So that's how maybe this is different than a normal convention. This is actually an instructional teaching.
I've been to conventions that had lots of downtime.
Yeah.
And lots of recreational kind of stuff, outings and whatever. And that doesn't seem to be the focus here.
No.
You're going to be taking 2, 3, 4 classes in a single day.
Right. And there'll be breaks, and I think we'll have evenings free for the most part. There's a formal dinner on Thursday night, a banquet where we get to choose the chicken or the steak or whatever it is.
Yeah. And there's a memorial service.
There's a memorial service. It's very touching because they read off the names of all the law enforcement officers who've been killed in the line of duty during this past year.
Yeah.
And you and I both have connections in that realm locally.
Yes.
So, so it's a very touching, emotional time and important. Yeah. So kind of the reason we're there. And then we'll have a chance, this is the other thing is that we're looking forward right now with what we expect. And when we talk after our classes each day, we might be able to go, it's not what I thought it was going to be. It was a little bit of B instead of A, but here's what I learned.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. Yeah. And I'm interested too. I don't know how much time. So I'm going to be in classes every single session.
Correct.
But I'm between sessions. I think I'm going to run to my table. And I picture I have a tablecloth I can put over all my stuff when I'm away, but I'm going to pull that tablecloth off and man the table, any chance that I get. I'm hoping to run into people that way.
Right.
Because there's lots of people I'd like to meet that are not going to be in the classes I'm taking.
Right.
Part of it, I'm the student, and part of it, I'm the vendor. Right. At my podcast table.
Right. And this will be new for me to join you in that. So I'm looking forward to that as well. And of course, you have the magnet. You have the bowl of candy.
Yes, that's right. That's right. Yeah, part of the important cargo that Ward is transporting to Arkansas is a tub full of candy and my candy jar.
And Jared is going to inventory every piece before I leave. So that's my accountability partner right there.
I have it weighed. No, weigh it when you get down there and see how much it lost, what spillage there was. Yeah.
Okay.
That's great. Actually, let's talk about our travel arrangements to get from Kansas City to Little Rock. We're going to go down and we're not going together. We're going to meet there.
Right.
And so I'm flying down. I've got a connecting flight from Kansas City to Dallas to Little Rock. And you're going to drive.
I'm going to drive. I actually have family that lives in Little Rock. My niece and her husband and kids live there. And so my plan, I'm driving down Sunday morning, leaving It's about a 6-hour drive, I guess.
Okay.
And so my plan is to go get checked in at the hotel. I'm taking some gear for you so you don't have to fly with it.
Yes, I appreciate that so much. Yes.
I'm going. So, and then I'm going to have dinner with my family on Sunday evening. So
yeah, all of my gear, all my table setup stuff is going with Ward and his gunmetal gray, sharp looking pickup. and so it's going down in style versus in the belly of an airplane.
Amen.
And so you're going to see family. And then that evening, Sunday evening, you're going to pick me up at the airport.
That's right. I'll see you when you land and pick you up and get you back to the hotel. And then we'll hit the ground running.
Do you prefer driving?
Well,
at least for that length of a drive?
So my wife's family lives in Arkansas, and for us to fly to Arkansas, it takes about the same amount of time as it does to drive.
Yes.
That's the truth.
Yeah.
So, and because I have family there and I want to have the freedom to be able to maybe grab a lunch on a day a week or maybe a dinner. I don't know what my family plans are going to be. And I'm open to being on the podcast. So having the flexibility for me, I enjoy. And I do enjoy driving. I've actually downloaded the entire book of Romans to listen to.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Because I figure on my drive down and back, I probably will get through just about the whole book.
That's awesome.
So I'm being I like to be intentional and purposeful with my downtime, if you will.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to it. I like to drive. Yeah.
Yeah. I have an audio book that I'm listening to. It's a biography on President McKinley from the 1800s. And so I'm about halfway through it. I'm like, some airport time.
Nice.
That'll be perfect. I can sit in the airport and listen to that book. And
exactly.
That'll be great.
Exactly. Yep. This is going to be a timeout for both of us. Look, you have a life. You're a pastor. You're a chaplain. You're a husband. You're a father. I'm a chaplain. I'm a dad. I'm a granddad. We all have our lives going on. This sort of forces a little bit of a timeout.
Yeah.
You know, the nuclear powered submarines go underwater for months at a time. But every once in a while, they poke up and shoot an antenna up, and they take an azimuth reading.
Yeah.
And then it calculates into their computer, and they go, actually, we're 3 meters to the west of where we thought we were, and we're 2 meters to the south of where we thought we were, and everything gets adjusted, and then they go back under, and they keep going on their mission. That's what this is for me. It's an azimuth check. Pop up. Check in, see where I'm at, see what's happening, and then I come home and run with it and keep serving.
Well, I'm really excited that I'm not having to go down by myself.
Yeah.
I don't mind the actual traveling down by myself. Like I said, I'll have earpods in listening to a book the whole time.
Right.
But to be able to be down there and to be able to spend a chunk of my time with you, and I'm sure there's other people that I know through the podcast that are going to be at this same convention.
Yeah.
And that's good. But somebody from home, somebody I can be accountable to, somebody I can trust. If I have to get somewhere, they have a vehicle. There's so many practical levels where it's just handy to have that connection.
I hear you.
And I'm thankful for it.
I am too, Jared, and I'm thankful for you in my life. So, and I actually have a contact who's kind of trying to get started. He's a pastor, trying to get started in chaplaincy here locally, and he said he's coming to the conference. So I'm looking forward to seeing him and kind of reestablishing that relationship too.
I've actually got a list. I'm not going to name them, but I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I've got 11 people that have said they're going to be there.
Nice. That's so awesome.
And I've written their names down, and I'm looking for them. And some of these people I know really well. Some of them, I've never seen their face.
Gotcha.
I've only ever interacted with them online. Yeah. And so I'm a little nervous. This is somebody that I feel like I know well, but I have never had face-to-face interaction.
Right.
And it's like, oh, you're you.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you would be taller, or whatever.
Well, and they're going to do that with you because your voice is so strong, and you have such a presence on the podcasting, but also they're going to get to meet the real Jared Altic.
Yeah. I had a phone call with a guy last night. I said, hey, this is Jared Altic. He goes, I know. I can tell. I recognize the voice. That's awesome.
Great. Yeah.
So while we're in Little Rock, we're probably not going to get out into the town much. I mean, you will to see family.
Maybe a little bit. I mean, so I'm going to see them Sunday evening for sure. That's the only hard scheduled time I have with family is sort of before everything gets started. It's going to be hot. It's going to be muggy.
Yeah.
There's some cool things there are some cool restaurants and cool places to go, but I'm there for ICPC. So,
See, I'm a museum historical site kind of guy.
Yeah.
And I don't seeing the schedule where I'm going to get that. If I fly in Sunday night and we're Monday morning, we're hitting the ground running, I don't know when I'm going to get to a single museum.
Right.
I don't think that's probably going to happen on this trip.
Probably not. But, Jared, we might have a chance to go out and do a quick sightseeing. It stays late right now.
Yeah, that's true.
And so a drive in an air-conditioned vehicle to look at the Arkansas River or the Ouachita Mountains or whatever.
Yeah. And I have a standing offer from a Little Rock firefighter for a home-cooked meal.
Oh, cool.
And I don't know. I said, I told him, I said, I've got a guy with me, you.
Yeah.
I said, it may be one of me, maybe two of us, but I don't know if we can make it or not. And so he's offered. I don't know if we'll actually do that, but that'll be interesting if we can throw that in too.
Yeah,
so
that'd be
who
fun.
knows?
I would love that. I like to eat, so.
Yeah, we may need to report each day on what food we've had.
That's right.
So
that's
absolutely.
Right.
And then Monday morning, we'll be, doing orientation and going through classes and all of our routine. We'll be on separate tracks, but we'll be going through our stuff. And then Monday afternoon, you and I are going to get back together and we're going to compare notes. Yeah. We're going to talk about our travel, talk about what classes and the people we met. And then we'll record an episode each afternoon and publish that each evening. And so every night, people can get an update on who we've met, what we've been doing, and all the different topics. We have a whole list of topics to talk about. Nice, good. And so that'll be good. Yeah. And I'm going to try to take some pictures, and so people can have an image of what we're doing, and make sure you take a selfie while you're driving down there. We'll pull over on the side of the road, take a selfie, so people have an image of you driving down to Arkansas. Gotcha. And so we'll do that for sure. All right. All right, Ward, I will see you Sunday night when you pick me up at the airport, and we'll see everybody else on Monday night and then each night of the week. This is Jared Altic with Ward Jenkins from Kansas City on our way to Little Rock. This was the Daily ICPC from Hey Chaplain. And as always, pray for peace in our city.